This news update is brought to you by
I'm happy. Now I'm gonna take my time. I'm happy. Enjoying myself with lime. I'm happy. Escape from reality. Yay! And let lime take care of me. We're just happy and smiling. Doing almost anything. Having fun and just living. Shopping, chilling, everything.
Get happy with Barbados' largest and fastest 4G network. Activate any Lime prepaid or postpaid mobile plan today.
Welcome to the Barbados Today Evening Update. It's Tuesday, December the 2nd, 2014. Thanks for joining us. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Barbados should not entertain the idea of becoming a republic. That strong caution from Sir Henry Fraser as Barbados celebrated 48 years of independence on the weekend. Sir Henry, who was the only Barbadian knighted during the celebration, says the British monarchy simply represents a partnership, and he suggests that any move by Barbados to become a republic will do more harm than good.
So I'm okay with the monarchy. I think that throwing off the monarchy does nothing. It will make no difference to us economically, and it might in fact harm us economically. It's simply a sign of a modern-day partnership.
Why do you say it may harm us economically?
Well, because people become distrustful of countries that move to republican status. And republics have a very bad name in Latin America, okay? So becoming a republic in the Caribbean may carry over some of the Latin American features, and people may think, oh yes, the Republican, they're not going to change an attitude. You know, Jamaica was destroyed largely because of a discussion about those issues at the time that Mr. Michael Manley was getting very, very friendly with Mr. Castro. Okay? And the economic fallout of that was enormous.
The opposition Barbados Labour Party has served notice that it will summon a meeting of all stakeholders if government fails to intervene in the ongoing crisis at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. The position was made clear this morning during a press conference by opposition leader Mia Motley after she led a walkout from Parliament in protest of the Speaker's rejection to debate the matter.
We are asking the government to be able to bring the stakeholders together. If they don't, we may well have to consider bringing stakeholders together because we have our own views as to how the situation can be resolved. But we've said continuously that the Barbados Labour Party does not believe that it is either omnipotent or omniscient. And therefore, this has to be a consensus driven by a national conversation.
Motley says the opposition is willing to put away all partisan politics and meet with government to resolve the long-term funding for the QAH.
An event has happened among us that affects potentially every single Barbadian, and that we have now to step out of our political roles, both the opposition and the government, and agree to bring resolution to this matter, to put the resources necessary to assure the country that the only tertiary healthcare institution in this country is functioning at a level that can give all Barbadians confidence that irrespective of their ability to have access to money, that they can have healthcare if they require it today.
Noticeably absent from today's press conference were Kerry Simmons, George Payne, and Dale Marshall. A regional non-governmental organization representing members of the gay, bisexual, lesbian, and all sexual groups wants a clear statement from Prime Minister Francis Stewart on how his government intends to treat the proposed gender-neutral legislation. CARIFLAGS is taking issue with Stewart's silence on the matter after his Environment Minister, Dr. Dennis Lowe, made it clear that he would quit before agreeing to the legislation. Lowe's position prompted calls from the Barbados Gays, Lesbians and All Sexuals Against Discrimination, or Be Glad, for his resignation, and CARIFLAGS is now questioning his place in the cabinet. CARIFLAGS strongly supports Be Glad's contention that no member of Parliament should allow personal views to hinder their ability to serve the people of the country. And it is calling on Prime Minister Stewart to fulfill his pledge to eliminate discrimination against persons of different sexual orientation. To sports now, Mark Venom Griffith is the top titan of road tennis in Barbados. Griffith emerged champion of the Massey United Insurance Clash of the Titans Road Tennis competition after defeating crowd favorite Anton Lilman Daniel in Sunday night's final at Coverley Christ Church. The 30-year-old silenced the over 4,000 spectators, most of whom came in anticipation of a victory for Daniel, with commanding 22-20, 21-12, 16-21, 21-15 to walk away with the top prize of $12,000.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
To the region now, Bahamian police are investigating a small plane crash that killed a 77-year-old American man and injured 10 other people. According to police, the crash occurred near the island of New Providence shortly after departing the nearby island of Eleuthera this morning. We get more in this ZNS report.
The pilot of the Navajo Chieftain 12-seater, Rufus Ferguson, with the nickname Rev, apparently lost an engine as he was inbound to Lynden Pinland International Airport from Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera. Eyewitnesses and officials are saying the way that the plane came down probably saved the lives of everyone on board. Everyone survived the actual crash landing, but one man, said to be an American, died after the aircraft was forced to go down. The 10 other passengers, including an infant, were all rescued and then transported to hospital.
Internationally, Israel's Prime Minister fires 2 critical ministers of his coalition cabinet and announces intentions to dissolve the country's legislature. The announcement now paves the way for early elections in the country. The details in this CNN report.
Today he has issued, or rather asked that they resign from his government. That's Yair Lapid, the finance minister, and Tzipi Livni, the justice minister. He is now calling for the Knesset, the parliament, to be dissolved and for the holding of early elections, which could be held as early as March 17th of next year. Now, a whole variety of issues led to this, including differences over a very contentious bill which would create a law essentially defining Israel as the nation state of the Jewish people. There was a lot of division over that. There have been real bottlenecks about getting the new budget passed. There have been disagreements with his finance minister, of course, over the finance minister's proposal to allow young couples to buy first houses without paying any value-added tax.
And that's where we end our Barbados Today evening update. We'll be back again tomorrow morning. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on iZoomi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 on Lime TV to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic evening.
This news update is brought to you by
I'm happy. Now I'm gonna take my time. I'm happy. Enjoying myself with lime. I'm happy. Escape from reality. Yay! And let lime take care of me. Whoa, whoa, we're just happy and smiling, doing almost anything, having fun and just living. Whoa, whoa, shopping, chilling, everything, with my friends and enjoying, feeling happy once again. When we having fun, you don't know I like it, you don't know how I like it. Whoa, whoa, we're just happy and smiling, doing almost anything, having fun and just living. Whoa, whoa, shopping, chilling, everything, with my friends and enjoying, feeling happy once again. When we having fun, you don't know I like it, you don't know how I like it, feeling happy, all of we as one, you don't know how I like it.
Get happy with Barbados' largest and fastest 4G network. Activate any line prepaid or postpaid mobile plan today.